Hey everyone, and welcome to a deep dive into a topic that's both fascinating and a little bit creepy. Human cloning.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And our source material for this one is pretty wild.
Right, we're talking about a YouTube video detailing a guided hypnosis session where the subject goes deep into all sorts of theories about cloning, secret societies, and government conspiracies.
It's a lot to unpack, but I think we can handle it.
Yeah.
What really jumps out at you from this video?
I think the whole idea that human cloning experiments might have started on what they call the ethereal plane before moving to physical bodies. It's almost like they're saying the blueprints for cloning were created in a realm of pure energy first.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the more out there concepts in this video. But think about it like this. The ethereal plane could be interpreted as like a realm of consciousness or a dimension beyond our typical understanding. And the reason they focused on this ethereal aspect was to ensure a strong connection between the physical body and something called the energy body, which some believe exists alongside our physical form.
Okay, so we've got physical bodies and energy bodies. Who are the masterminds behind all of this cloning stuff?
Well, this video points to a name that might be familiar to anyone who's dabbled in conspiracy theories, the Anunnaki.
Right, the Anunnaki. Aren't they often depicted as this advanced extraterrestrial civilization that visited Earth in ancient times?
That's the one. And according to this video, they're the ones who kickstarted this whole cloning thing. They pioneered DNA manipulation and initiated the first cloning experiments.
And were they using some sort of advanced technology for all of this?
Oh, absolutely. The video really emphasizes their reliance on advanced tech and AI in the cloning process. They even describe the first human clone being like born into this glass tube and implanted with various programs, which is a pretty wild image.
Whoa, programs implanted into a clone. What kind of programs are we talking about?
Unfortunately, the video doesn't really go into detail about the specifics of these programs, but it does make you wonder about the purpose and potential control over these clones, right? Like, were the Anunnaki trying to create beings with specific abilities or predetermined roles?
That's kind of creepy if you think about it. It's like they're treating these clones as programmable machines.
Yeah, there are definitely some ethical considerations there, but the video mainly focuses on the supposed mechanics and implications of the technology itself.
So the Anunnaki were all about this ethereal cloning. But what about actually creating physical clones? Did they have any problems with that?
Oh yeah, they did. Apparently, replicating human emotions and the complexities of organic systems was a big hurdle for them, especially in the early stages of their physical cloning attempts.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're not just talking about copying a physical form, but also trying to replicate the essence of what it means to be human.
Exactly, and the video suggests that the Anunnaki might have underestimated the connection between the energy body and the physical body, especially when it came to replicating things like human emotions and consciousness.
So how does this energy body thing factor into cloning?
Well, according to the video, the energy body could be a key element in controlling clones. They even draw a connection between clones and energy vampires, suggesting that a clone's energy body might actually be the dominant force, influencing the physical body's actions.
Wait, hold on. Energy vampires? Are we talking about those creatures that drain your life force or something?
That's how the term is often used. The video doesn't give us a specific definition, but it suggests that these energy vampires could manipulate or control others through their energy bodies. And in the context of clones, it implies that a clone's energy body could be used to influence or even control their physical actions.
Okay, that is a wild concept. So are they saying that these clones are being controlled remotely?
That's where things get even weirder. The video mentions a matrix connection, implying that these energy bodies could be controlled through this grid-like system, almost like they're receiving instructions or commands through this grid.
Wow, this is getting deep. So we've got these clones with potentially programmable energy bodies, controlled through some kind of invisible grid. It's mind-boggling.
It is, and if this video is to be believed, it's about to get even more complicated.
Okay, I am all ears.
Well, it seems that clones aren't just these one-size-fits-all creations. They come in different variations with different levels of intelligence and abilities, all depending on their intended purpose.
So it's like they're creating a whole workforce of clones, each designed for a particular job.
Yeah, that's the implication. And get this, the video also suggests that a single energy body could be linked to multiple physical bodies.
Wait, what? You're saying there could be multiple clones running around with the same consciousness?
That's what this video seems to be suggesting. It really challenges our understanding of individuality and identity.
That's for sure. So what are these clones being used for? Are they just working regular jobs? Or is there something darker going on?
Well, that's a great question. And it leads us to one of the most unsettling claims made in this video. They suggest that these clones are being used as a form of slave labor. And not just on Earth, but on other planets as well.
Well, hold on. So we've gone from clones being created in a realm of pure energy to them being exploited as slaves across the cosmos.
It's a wild ride, I know.
This is a lot to take in. I think we need a moment to process all of this before we dive into any more.
I agree. Let's take a break and come back to explore some real-world examples of this alleged cloning phenomenon and see just how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Sounds good to me. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Welcome back, folks. Before the break, we were talking about those unsettling claims that clones are being used as a form of slave labor, not just here, but on other planets too. It's a lot to think about.
It really is. Makes you wonder if there are any signs of this cloning phenomenon happening right here on Earth.
That's a good question, and this video actually touches on some real-world examples.
Yeah.
That might make you question what you thought you knew about reality.
Oh, really?
Like, for instance, did you know that there have been people, even celebrities, who have claimed to be clones?
Wait, what? Like who?
The video mentions a rapper named Kit, who has openly claimed to be a clone. He even calls himself a second-generation version of himself.
So a rapper claiming to be a clone. That's wild.
And on top of that, there are companies out there offering services to, like, clone deceased loved ones.
Okay, now that is straight out of a science fiction movie.
Right. It makes you wonder what it even means to clone a person. Are we talking about an exact physical replica? Or is there something more to it?
Yeah, like could consciousness and memories be transferred as well?
That's a question that's been around for ages.
Yeah.
And this video dives into some pretty mind-blowing concepts about consciousness transfer. Well, they mentioned a technique called vrilla, which supposedly involves transferring consciousness from one being to another, basically hijacking your body and erasing their original consciousness.
Hold on. Erasing someone's consciousness and replacing it with another? That's terrifying.
It's definitely a chilling concept.
Yeah.
And they even suggest that this vrilla technique might be connected to the black eye conspiracy theory.
You mean that one where celebrities and politicians are rumored to have black eyes because they've been replaced by something non-human?
That's the one. The video suggests that those black eyes could be a sign that someone's consciousness has been overwritten using this vrilla technique.
Okay, my head is spinning. Clones. Consciousness transfer. Black eye conspiracy. It's getting hard to tell what's real and what's not.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But that's part of what makes these deep dives so fascinating. They take us to the edge of what we believe is possible and challenge our understanding of reality.
No kidding. But before we go any further down this rabbit hole, let's go back to that claim about only 23% of the world's population being genuine humans. What's the reasoning behind that?
Well, the video suggests that this claim about a limited human population is a way for a select group to maintain control by inflating the population numbers and creating this sense of scarcity. They can manipulate and control the masses more easily.
Okay, but who are these puppet masters pulling the strings?
The video doesn't really give us any specific names, but it does suggest that there are individuals and organizations working behind the scenes to orchestrate this grand deception. They even mentioned a doctor by the name of Joseph Mengele.
Wait, Mengele, the Nazi doctor. I thought he died years ago.
That's what history tells us. But this video claims that Mengele didn't actually die. Instead, he escaped and continued his experiments in South America, potentially working with those involved in these cloning programs.
That's disturbing.
And get this, the video also claims that Mengele might have even created clones of Adolf Hitler.
Clones of Hitler running around. Now that is creepy.
It definitely paints a dark picture. But there's a glimmer of hope in all of this.
Oh, good. I was starting to lose all faith in humanity.
According to the video, there's a growing number of real humans who are waking up to the true nature of reality. They call them the awakened ones.
So there's hope for us yet.
It seems so.
But how do we know if we're one of these awakened ones?
Well, the video suggests that awakened individuals often feel a sense of disconnect from the mainstream world. They might question the status quo and sense that something isn't quite right.
You know what? That actually resonates with me. I've always felt like a bit of an outsider. Like I see the world a little differently.
That feeling of being different,
Yeah.
of not quite fitting in, could be a sign that you're one of the awakened ones.
Okay, so let's say we are part of this awakened minority. What are we supposed to do about all of this?
That's a good question. And the video suggests that the first step is simply to be aware. Open your eyes to the possibility that things might not be what they seem. Question the narratives you're given. And seek out information from diverse sources.
That makes sense. Knowledge is power, right?
Absolutely.
The more we know, the better equipped we are to navigate this complex reality.
And even if some of the claims in this video seem far-fetched, they at least offer a different perspective, a challenge to the accepted narratives that we're often presented with.
Yeah, it's like looking at the world through a kaleidoscope. Suddenly, everything we thought we knew is fragmented and rearranged, and we're forced to see things in a new light.
Exactly. And by questioning and exploring these alternative perspectives, we might even start to create a better, more authentic reality for ourselves and future generations.
That's a goal worth striving for. But this deep dive has definitely given us a lot to think about.
It has, and there's even more to uncover. This video goes into some specific details about individuals and their alleged connections to this whole cloning conspiracy.
Okay, I am intrigued.
Are you ready to dive even deeper?
I'm ready. Lay it on me.
All right, so we were talking about Kit earlier, the rapper who claims to be a second-generation clone. Well, this video goes a bit further and suggests there's a good chance he's actually telling the truth.
Really?
Yeah, they seem to think he's legit a clone.
But why would anyone clone a rapper?
That's where things get a little murky. The video suggests that clones are often created for specific purposes, almost like fulfilling roles.
So maybe this second-generation kit was created to be like even more successful or influential, a carefully crafted product for maximum impact.
That's one way to look at it. And remember how we talked about a single energy body potentially being linked to multiple physical bodies?
Oh yeah, that was a wild one.
Well, that adds another layer of complexity to the whole Kit situation.
Hold on, are you saying there could be multiple kits running around with the same consciousness?
That's what the video seems to be implying.
Yeah.
It really makes you question what it means to be an individual.
No kidding. Okay, let's move on to another interesting person mentioned in this video, Hillary Clinton.
Ah, yes. Hillary Clinton, a figure who's no stranger to conspiracy theories.
That's for sure.
Well, this video claims that Hillary Clinton is a clone.
A clone. Okay, I'm listening.
And not just any clone. They say she's the third iteration of herself.
Third iteration? You mean they've cloned her twice already?
That's what they're claiming.
What happened to the original Hillary?
The video says her original physical body is no longer in existence.
So the Hillary we see today is a clone.
According to this video, yes.
Okay, that's a little freaky. It makes you wonder about personal identity and all that.
Yeah, it really raises some deep philosophical questions.
Let's talk about someone else who's always been surrounded by mystery. Queen Elizabeth.
Ah, the Queen.
Was she a clone too?
This is where things get really interesting. The video claims that Queen Elizabeth wasn't a clone in the traditional sense, but rather a powerful representative of a specific race of beings.
Wait, what? So she wasn't even human?
That's what this video suggests.
What kind of being was she then?
The video doesn't go into specifics, but they do say that her consciousness has been transferred to her grandson, Prince William.
You're saying Prince William is now hosting the consciousness of Queen Elizabeth.
According to this video, yes.
Wow, that's a twist. What about Prince Charles? Where does he fit into all this?
The video says that Queen Elizabeth's consciousness was actually split between both Prince Charles and Prince William.
So they both inherited part of her essence.
That's what they're claiming.
This is getting more and more complex. It's like we're uncovering a whole hidden world of consciousness transfer and interdimensional beings.
It's definitely a lot to wrap your head around.
Speaking of wrapping our heads around things, this video also talks about insect cloning.
Insect cloning.
Why would anyone want to clone insects?
That's a good question. And get this. They link these insect cloning experiments to those PCR tests that were everywhere a while back.
Wait a minute. Are you suggesting that those PCR tests were somehow connected to insect cloning?
The video seems to imply a connection,
Yeah.
but the specifics are left open to interpretation.
This deep dive has been a wild ride.
It really has.
We've gone from the Anunnaki's role in cloning to consciousness transfer to a hidden population controlling the world, and now insect cloning.
It's a lot to process. But I think that's what makes these deep dives so fascinating. They challenge our assumptions, expand our awareness, and invite us to explore the mysteries that lie just beyond our understanding.
I totally agree. It's a reminder that the truth is often stranger than fiction.
And who knows what other secrets are out there waiting to be uncovered.
That's for us to find out. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of human cloning. And until next time. Keep those minds open. And those questions coming her run.